2. 1, 2, 3.
We are in London. We are in London. Na 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 na.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Luke.
Hey, it's Veer.
Welcome to Abroad, episode 3.
So, Luke, any update on the weather?
Yeah, Veer, for once it's actually gotten warmer here this past month.
Well, then why are we wearing jackets and it's raining outside?
Oh, well, London, you know?
Yeah. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Brought to you by Waitrose, Pret, Starbucks, Nando's, Salt, Cafe Nero, Ben's Cookies. This is what kept us alive. All right.
You want to get some Ben's cookies?
Yep. Okay, so welcome everybody. We're so happy that you're here. Today we are here with Caroline from the Ithaca College London Center. Hey, how are you today?
I am great today because it's Friday.
Isn't that
Indeed.
the truth?
That's the truth.
Are you ready to do this interview?
I am. I'm very excited.
Good.
Fantastic.
Veer and I are super pumped. So let's start. Caroline, where exactly did you grow up?
I grew up in Dublin, about 30 minutes from the centre of Dublin, in a little place called Castleknock. And yeah, just a regular estate, public school, lots of kids in the area, you know, all fun and games, yeah.
Cool. Well, what was that like for you? How did you like growing up there?
That was amazing. I really liked it. Being in Ireland, there's obviously a lot of countryside, and I had a lot of friends or cousins growing up in the countryside. And although I love visiting the country and visiting them and, you know, being in big green fields and all of that, I loved having neighbours like meters away from my house. There were always kids around to play out on the field in front of our house. So I loved having lots of people around and all of that.
Fantastic. Well, fast forwarding a little bit, can you tell us a little bit about your university years?
Yes. So my university years were interesting. I did subjects that I love. I did a Bachelor of Arts degree in music and English, but I was almost in some ways bitter in those 3 years because I always wanted to do musical theatre. And musical theatre isn't really recognised in Ireland as much of an academic subject. Well, it's not an academic subject anyway in many ways because it's an art subject, but it's only now in the past, I would say 3 years being taught in schools at all as, you know, in universities. So I was kind of doing that degree knowing that I wasn't following what I really wanted to do, which was to go to London and do musical theatre. So I had a bit of a weird time in university because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the subjects I was doing, and I enjoyed the academic side of it, but it wasn't what I wanted. So I had this weird complex of emotions, if you like. But I had lots of friends at college. I loved it, but I just think I probably didn't get as involved in the whole university culture and lots of the extracurricular things that I know I would have loved, but I just had this thing of, no, this isn't exactly where I want to be right now. So that's a small regret that I have because I think I could have gotten more involved in kind of that side of student life, extracurricular activities, choirs and things like that, which I know I would have loved. But yeah, so it was a bit of an unusual one, but I loved it. I loved the academic side of it, and yeah.
And I guess from there, how did you first hear about the London Center? And I guess also in general, how did you how did you just land up in London?
That is an interesting question. So I moved to London finally after I did my degree. I decided to take the plunge. I was finally brave enough, I suppose, to come to London. I did my master's in musical theatre over here. And then after about 2 or 3 years, 2 years of auditioning in London and doing some performances and jobs, I had a difficult year where I got really, really close to my dream West End role and didn't get it. So, and lots of other things happened that year as well. So I just found that year a bit tricky. So I went back to Dublin for a lot of 2014. My singing teacher was Jacqueline Barron, who teaches singing here. And she was and is my guardian angel. So she was really trying to just push me to come back again, which was always my plan, but she was just really kind of egging me to come back. So she knew that they were looking for a part-time position here at Ithaca College, where she teaches, obviously. And she mentioned to Thorin that she knew somebody who would be interested in doing part-time work. So I came and interviewed with Thorin and Bill Shaysgreen, who was the director at the time, and got the job. And I've been here, that was, 3 years ago? So 2-3 years ago. So yeah.
Fantastic.
Wow, that's really awesome.
That's a really cool
glimpse
story.
into
I
my
love
life.
that. Yes, that's such a
There you go.
beautiful.
Yeah, thank you for sharing about
Such a
it.
beautiful
welcome.
story. Well, now for you personally, Caroline, what has it been like to work at the London Centre?
Really great, because I love interacting with students, especially at this age when all of you are particularly creative and looking forward to what it is you're going to go into, trying to figure out what path you're going to take. So, and also the fact that a lot of the students here are musical theatre is also great for me, and actors and performers, because I like chatting to them about what they want to go on and do, or what shows they've seen and what they thought. So I love it. And I also just like, office work and helping people, and it's in so many ways an ideal job. So I'm really happy here.
I guess all there is to say is there anything you'd like to talk about that we haven't asked you?
Oh, that's really putting me on the spot.
Any like fun facts or cool stories?
Oh, I have a
anything
fun
you'd like
fact.
to share?
Oh,
Yes.
please.
Let's hear
This
it.
is my go-to fun fact.
Mm.
So I have contacts implanted in my eyes. So they're like inside my eyes. I got a surgery done a few years ago. I wore glasses for years and years and years. And then I got contacts because obviously being on stage, glasses sometimes don't fit the period that your show is in or whatever. So I would be side stage pouring drops in my eyes. It just wasn't an ideal situation. Yeah. So long story short, I was planning to get laser eye surgery, but there was a pioneering professor in Dublin who was doing this pioneering surgery called lens toric implants. And I got it done, and I hadn't needed glasses or contacts or anything since.
That's all the questions that we have, to say the least. Thank you for your time, Caroline.
You're very
so
welcome.
awesome. We
Thank
really
you. You guys
appreciate
are
it.
awesome.
Thank you for all the work you've put in for us in our time here. We really do appreciate
Oh,
that.
you're
We may
so
not say that
welcome.
enough, but we really do.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So it was nothing but a privilege to see my favorite artist, John Bellion, at the O2 Shepherd's Bush Empire. It was so fun. We had VIP meet and greet package tickets.
That was really cool. And it was actually my very first English concert, which was really, really cool. And getting to meet him was amazing. Only downside of that was it felt very rushed.
Yeah.
And by that, so basically we were ushered inside, stood in a line. We went up to him. He's like, "Hi, hello, nice to meet you. Cool." Take a picture, and then that was it. You're immediately rushed out.
Yes, my one thing is I wanted to beatbox for him for like 5 seconds, but I didn't get to. No worries on that though, because the concert was incredible. The opener was Black Keys, who's featured in John Bellion's band. He did a great job hyping up everybody.
Yeah, he did. It was amazing. And he did a really good job of just getting everyone so electrified, so pumped up. And of course, that is what the opener is supposed to do. So it was definitely, he was probably actually one of my favorites also for the whole concert.
Oh yeah, I agree. Took about 45 minutes for John and his band to get on stage. No worries. Once John got on, he had, I think, about a 10 or 11 song set. Oh,
Yeah,
people were
nonstop.
jumping, screaming. He had everyone's attention. He had that great message about following whatever your passion is, because some people are going to tell you not to do it. Some people are. It took him 6-7 years to get to where he is now, but my God, that was one of the most inspiring nights that I've had here in London. Let's dig into the travel diaries. We actually did a fair amount of traveling in this past month, which was, as always, a privilege and so fun. I ended up going to Stratford-upon-Avon, which was a really great school trip. Learned a lot about Shakespeare. I would say the highlight of that trip was I got to go into the same school that Shakespeare studied in, and you got to write in quill, like in ink.
The way he did.
The way he did, which was pretty fun. You got to meet the schoolmaster of that current school. Literally, it's a 350-year history at that school.
Wow.
It was mind-blowing. And then you went somewhere that same weekend, right?
Yes, indeed. I was again up to Manchester for yet another game, but this was probably by far the best game I've been to. And the reason was, so the match was Manchester United versus Chelsea. So for those of you who follow, you'll know that Chelsea are top of the league in England. At the moment, they're the best team in the country. And even the fans in the stadium when I was sitting before the beginning of the game, no one thought we had a chance.
Wow.
Not a chance in hell.
God.
And the game ended with a 2-0 win for
Oh my
United.
God.
I lost my voice because also it was freezing cold and it was raining. And I was standing in an area where all we're doing is standing, chanting, and screaming. But it was honestly, I mean, what an experience. One of the best days, not just in London, but probably in my life.
Fantastic. I love that. Another place that I personally got to go to was Barcelona, Spain. I got to give a huge shout out to Gabriel Luciani. You are such a fabulous host. Thank you for all the fun that we had. I had some of the best food in the world there. I got to see a beach again. That was phenomenal. And I would have to say one of the major highlights was just every single country here in Europe has its own distinction and its own feel. And I really felt that in Barcelona, Spain.
And how was the weather, of course, in Spain?
Oh my
Sunny
God.
Spain. It's called sunny Spain.
Phenomenal. It was so warm. God, it would reach like, I think 30 degrees Celsius some days. Hot, really warm. It would be, so for people, my Fahrenheiters, it would be, it would be like 75 degrees, 80 degrees Fahrenheit some days.
And speaking of food,
Yeah.
wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Luke and I, we went to Amsterdam.
Oh my God.
That. Oh, where can we start?
Oh,
where
God.
do we end? And where are we in the middle?
All right, folks, let's be real transparent from the get-go here.
Yes.
We done got ourselves legalization of weed in Amsterdam. I smoked some while I was there. I had one good experience and one really bad experience with it, but I'm happy I was with you, Veer, for those times. And I was
Yeah.
also with my friend Lauren and her friend Alex. So
Yeah,
that
and it was
still
also
a lot of fun. It was good.
And it was my first time having weed as well, which I was also very grateful to be doing it with you. It was an incredible experience, but also just, of course, Amsterdam is known for that. But there's so much more in that city.
Yes.
It is such a beautiful city. Everyone is on bicycles. There's just rivers everywhere. You
Yeah,
can just
boat
people
rides.
are chilling out on the boats,
Yeah.
and the weather was beautiful.
The weather was incredible. We went to the Van Gogh Museum.
Indeed,
That was really amazing.
such a beautiful experience. The artwork in there, the collection they have of his works from early on to like the most famous paintings, unbelievable.
To say the least, Veer and I both have been so grateful to be able to travel. We get that a lot of people don't get that experience. So thanks for listening and letting us share that with you.
We've been very lucky with that. So
Yeah.
definitely shout out to our parents for that one.
Shout out to the parents for that one. Thank you so much for listening. Be on the lookout for our final episode of Abroad at the beginning of May.
And now we're gonna go smoke some weed. Nah, I'm just kidding. Dude, your mic's on fire.